Kansas is a special place for all the members of the Rush team.
So what do you think about this? Road cruising. That's a great deer.
Yes, it is.
In fact, we've been going there for like 12 years, I have personally, and then a lot of the crew have followed me out there. Didn't we just come from snow and 17 degrees?
Well, either out up your waist deep, now we're here in the Sunshine State.
And it's more than just the whitetail hunting, which is phenomenal, world class. Dan Cross has become a really good friend of mine at JD Outfitting, and he can be ornery sometimes, flat out ornery, and I love him still. As we age, our time together means more and more every year. In fact, we didn't draw in 18. It was the first time, there were years I didn't draw, but the first time that there were no tags available, nothing available in any unit. And it was the loneliest time ever in November, not getting to go that week before Thanksgiving to hunt with Dan. You haven't got any prettier?
Huh?
You haven't got any prettier?
Yeah, just older.
Dan's always trying to get new farms along with the established ones that we've hunted for years, and I was actually hunting a new farm in Unit 3. My first morning in that bale blind, I got out to use the bathroom. Yeah, it happens. And as I got out, I glassed at the end of the field where I couldn't see a cut milo, and I saw some does, and this was several hundred yards away. And then I glassed a little bit further, and there was a true Kansas giant. And all the rattling, grunting, all you could do wasn't going to do any good. I was way too far away. But I got back in my blind, I was really excited.
There he is. That's a big buck. Well, that was fun. It's good to know that there's one in the area. That's a big deer. I could see his rack without using my vanguards here, my endeavors, from all that distance. Two-year-old buck right here eating with Prankster. He's being nice too, not knocking him over.
I thought he was going to do something, but he didn't. He was nice, and I like that. I like it when they're nice to Prankster if I'm not going to shoot him, because when they're not nice to Prankster, I have to get out and go set him up again. I just had a doe come out. She got a little spooky with her Prankster. And then, not too far behind her, there was caught a glimpse of a buck. I don't know how big he was. I think he went after her in the woods there. It didn't take too awfully long and I thought, oh my gosh, there's what I'm after. I just got a side view of a big mature buck, and then he turned his head as he came down off the upper field. He was above me, and I realized, something's wrong with you. He was all messed up on his right side, maybe an injury, I don't know. An old warrior buck. And man, did he give me a show. He postured every step towards Prankster. He was nice to Prankster too. In any other state, including Ohio and Kentucky and some of the states I'm fortunate enough to get to hunt in, I would have pulled the trigger on one like that because he's mature and probably should be taken out of the herd. But when you're in Kansas, sometimes you just got to wait it out because I saw a mega giant the morning before. Kansas weather is very, very hard to predict. The weather forecast can tell you it's going to be sunny and nice and it can snow. And we got snow on this hunt. In fact, it was a couple days, it was like a blizzard. Wayne was hunting at a farm we call the Pipeline out of a do-it-yourself blind turtle. And he was really excited because Dan had found a buck on camera that he was calling high and tight. He was real narrow, but had tremendous mass and a lot of points. He had 15 scoreable points, as a matter of fact. Wayne and I weren't the only ones hunting with Dan. A good friend of ours, it's part of our Team Rush Hunt Club that we do in Ohio and Kentucky, Paulo Pecci. He decided he was going too, and Dan set him up on a farm that was about 3.5 miles as the crow flies from the Pipeline where Wayne was hunting. And we couldn't believe it because we realized that high and tight, he's kind of like me. He likes to eat more than I think he was after does. We were catching him every other night. He'd be at one place or the other. And then it got to where we were noticing that he'd be early in the morning, he'd be at the one farm and 3.5 miles at the Pipeline where Wayne was hunting out of another do-it-yourself blind turtle. He'd be there too. We went to check the feeder, check the cards, fill the feeder. And I saw that that buck had just been there like an hour earlier. And the bedding area was close by, and I'm like, Wayne, you're gonna have a shot at this buck tonight.
Just got to the blind turtle. Got here a little early today. It's like 3 o'clock. Been getting a good buck on camera here about every other day, so been hunting this stand in the evenings, and got a corn feeder here, and he's been hitting it pretty regular. He's been traveling back and forth, stand to stand, but hoping something shows up tonight. Got 4 or 5 inches of snow in about 3 hours this morning on a different spot we hunted, and got there at first light and didn't start snowing until about 15 minutes after in the tree. And by 9 o'clock we had about 4 inches of fresh snow laying on us. So temperatures really dropped off.
We need my chair for the morning. That blind turtle doesn't need it anymore. I read it to another blind. Blind turtle was a good place to be tonight, huh?
It was too. Seemed to work. You're behind me. I can't hardly see you. Had no clue I was there, that's for sure.
Where'd he come from?
Came out right next to the blind. 10 yards probably, but I never seen him until he was standing in front of the window. And then he acted like he was going to go across the field and leave. And I had nothing turned on or no way to be ready for him. And then I figured he was going to come eat corn. And as soon as he went, cleared my path where I couldn't see him anymore, I got the video camera turned on, and a doe popped up, or a little small buck popped up out of here with him and went straight to the feeder. And then he just swung around and came in here, and he stood right there forever, quartering real hard, and I couldn't shoot him 10 minutes. And then finally another buck came from across the field, little tiny spike horn, and when he did, he kind of got upset about it, the bigger one, and he turned and postured at him a little bit and gave me a broadside shot.
Let's go.
But look, I mean,
It looks good. That is unbelievable.
does that beat all you ever seen?
Tell the story now.
I killed 2 birds with 1 stone, I think. The arrow went through the deer, and there was a covey of quail sitting underneath that bush, and one of them didn't get to go home.
Still on it?
Yeah.
I'm just videoing.
Quite a bit.
Right there he is. Congratulations.
Boom!
Hold high and tight. Beautiful. Dyed it in barbed wire in his fence. Massive old dude.
9, 10, 11, 14. Had 15, but he broke that one off.
Stickers going everywhere.
I'm a happy kid.
All tagged out. I got a cameraman now.
You do. You do, you do. You got a little one right there, too. You had another one right there. Broke off.
Doesn't get much better. He's a heavy deer.
He is. He's got tons of kickers and good mass too down here. Carries mass out pretty good, really, all the way.
It's been a really good trip, except for Dan gave us a bad virus of some kind. Germ factory.
Right. These guys brought it out here and trying to give it to me.
You don't want to spend too much time doing this, do you?
No.
Wayne, you got it?
Thank you. Jason brought it. And now everyone has
Actually,
it.
someone at the daycare gave it to my wife, Carrie, and I got it. And I passed it along. Paulo's got it too. Well, tell us about this deer. You named him High and Tight?
Yep. Named him High and Tight.
How many points you count on him a minute ago?
15.
15. This deer was a traveling gypsy. He's not
Never
traveling
grown.
anymore.
No.
Well, he will
he
be.
is too, Michigan.
He'll be traveling to Michigan, and I still got a tag. And we're gonna get after it. Right
Well.
after I kiss Dan, give him some germs.
Yeah, or you're a bull. I'm gonna back away and go finish cutting up the deer.
Yeah, and Wayne's got to do the same thing. He's gonna put them outdoor edge knives to work. All right, it's been good. Thank you.
After Wayne got his buck, I didn't have to self-video anymore. I had a built-in cameraman for the last 3 days of the hunt, and we headed to a farm that has been super productive for Team Rush over the years. I can't tell you how many good bucks that I've been personally a part of killing there. I killed one there. My daughter Ellie killed one. In fact, it's up there somewhere. Never got mounted. She still lets me know about it. Levi Weiland, the same hunt. That was in 14 during youth rifle season. They both killed incredible bucks. One night, we decided to go to that same farm where we've had such good success over the years. And I was excited because we'd put an elevated blind turtle there several years back. And I know Wayne was even more excited than me because he gets cold easy. And we got out of the wind. We didn't take a heater, but we got out of the wind. On the way in, we checked the Spy Point trail camera that Dan had. I've set him up years with Spy Points. In fact, he always brags about some of the models from 08 and 09 still working. That's good, isn't it? They should work that long. And we noticed there was a couple really big deer showing up. Like the last 30 minutes, some doe started feeding in the field, and there was actually corn planted, which is a rare thing in western Kansas, but it was corn stubble. All of a sudden, we saw 4 or 5 does, and then a really big buck started pushing them right towards us. And I'm like, this is going to happen.
Good deer. Have you got him? He's standing there.
Yeah, I got him.
So that big buck from earlier is out here in front of us, a couple hundred yards. He's bumping does around this cornfield. He's more than a shooter. That's a good deer, Big 10. He's the far back one, right?
Yep. He's following the stone right here.
Well, you know how it goes. The does ended up coming right to us at the feeder, and he stayed just out of range. That's how it goes sometimes. I had an incredible hunt in Kansas. Probably should have shot that big clubbed deer. I let him go twice. I know Wayne definitely felt the rush in Kansas, and I did too, even though I didn't pull the trigger. I hope you enjoyed our video, and see you next time on Hunt the Rush TV.
Crazy state, huh?
I don't think we should come back. Walker.
You think we should come back?
I don't know, it's alright. I mean, it's not Michigan, but it's good.